Hello book lovers of the internet, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, please do subscribe. I'm actually surprised that January is already over, and since it's the first day of February, I thought that I would update you with regards to what I'm currently reading and what I intend to read by the end of the month. The only three books that I didn't manage to get to in time last month from my TBR were The Death Cure by James Dashner. So that would be this one right here, and I'm about 150 pages in, so it shouldn't take me too long to finish the other half of the book. I also didn't read The Maze Cutter because I couldn't really begin reading it without finishing The Death Cure, and my opinion about Death Cure so far is that it's rather slow, it's very dull compared to The Maze Runner, and James Dashner is taking a very long time to explain what Wicked is actually up to, which is rather annoying in my opinion. And I also didn't finish The Anthropocene Reviewed by John Green, and one reason as to why I perhaps didn't manage to finish this is because it's just his random fleeting thoughts in essay form, so they're not particularly interesting, and you really have to be in a mood to read essays to actually complete this book. And with it being exam and assignment month, I didn't really find it the time to create the atmosphere to be able to read that. By the end of February, these are the books I'd like to finish apart from the three I already mentioned. So hopefully my final assignment is on the 15th of February, so in about 2 weeks I'll be free to do whatever I like. I'd like to finish One Punch Man Volume 9 because it's been some time since I read a manga volume, and apart from Assassination Classroom, and I was hoping to continue reading this series because it's one of the series I find most interesting, stimulating, and also inspirational to exercise and keep my body in shape. Next is A Man Called Ove. I haven't started reading this yet, but I'd like to read it because there's the new movie out by which has Tom Hanks in, called A Man Called Otto, so I am curious to see how he managed to portray this. And I've heard that Frederick Bachman is a really great author, but I've never read any books by him so far. Next is Chuck Palahniuk's Fight Club. I'm not sure whether I said that correctly, but I watched the movie a couple of months ago and it was brilliant, and so far I read a few chapters, and it's very interesting to me how much care they took to follow the book chapter by chapter, step by step, in order not to mess anything up about the huge revelation towards the end of the movie. So I am enjoying this one so far. I also like the writing style. It's a very narrative sort of style. Next is one which I've been reading for ages, and I'm not sure why I haven't yet finished it. It's called The 100-Year-Old Man Who Climbed Out of the Window and Disappeared by the Swedish author Jonas Jonsson. So yeah, it's basically what it sounds like. The 100-year-old man climbs out of the window of his elderly home and becomes a delinquent while making some funny remarks, killing a couple of people and stealing from yet others, and this goes back and forth between his past and his present. So we have about a 70-year range or an 80-year range of history about this man's life, and so far I think it's quite an interesting read, but the author is taking too long to get to the point, to get to the part where he is actually caught and arrested, or I'm not sure whether that will happen, but I look forward to it. And finally, I'd like to finish reading The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas, another one which I've been meaning to read because I want to understand the perspective of a person who was a victim to police brutality, especially a black person who was on the victim side of this situation and who actually lived to tell the tale rather than who was murdered in the cause, right? Okay, and finally, I would like to also get to Girl, Woman, Other by Bernardine Evaristo. if I have the chance. It's meant to be supplementary reading for my cultural criticism unit, but I'm not sure whether I'll get to that. And I am also meant to read The Underground Railroad, but once again, I'll only read those if I actually finish with these ones first. So anyway, that's all I had to say for today. The reviews of what I read in January will be coming in due course. The 50 facts about myself video, I am working on that as frequently as I can, and let me know whether there are any specific books you'd like me to review, and you can always check out my reviews on Goodreads and follow me there. I like to make new friends on Goodreads, so it would be great to interact even more, especially if you use the comment section, so that would be great. Subscribe, like, and share with your friends, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.